it's a pretty good time to be a Star Wars fan right now. At the moment, we've got Episode 9 coming out at the end of the year. I know a lot of people are going to be looking forward to that, especially those that I think were disenfranchised by Star Wars after The Last Jedi. And on top of that, we've got multiple TV series in the works, live-action TV series this time, such as The Mandalorian, that's also coming out this year, and a Rogue One prequel that's due to hit, I think, the year after next. Why do we need that one? I'm not sure, but there we have it. Disney are certainly still invested in this franchise, even if they have said that the live-action movies are going to be slowing down after the end of this year. Now, it's not only about movies and TV, we've also got Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order in the works by Respawn Entertainment, and that's what we're going to be taking a look at the trailer for today. Now, as a bit of a Star Wars fan myself, not a huge one compared to some of you guys I'm sure, I'm actually quite hyped about this particular game. How long has it been since we've had a full AAA single player Star Wars story game? Well, I can't actually remember exactly how long it's been, but I'm sure it's been a while. So we're going to take a look at the trailer. I'm not exactly sure what to expect from it myself. I have recorded it, but I haven't watched it. So we're going to do that together, and then we'll have a little chat about it afterwards. Okay, so this is the trailer for Star Wars Fallen Order. Sorry, Jedi Fallen Order by Respawn Entertainment.
Here is the world premiere of Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Let's take a look.
Wasn't always like this. But now, there are 3 rules to survive. Don't stand out. Accept the past.
Gotta have a bar scene in Star Wars.
No one. The galaxy's changed. Whatever you do, don't reach.
I guess that's where the main character works, isn't it? As a salvager or something.
Don't stand out. Accept the past. Execute Order 66.
Oof.
Trust no one. Trust only in the Force.
Become a Jedi. That's why we play these games, isn't it?
Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Okay. Right, so there we have it then. The trailer for Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. And some of the stuff that we already knew about this game, which has basically been reinforced by this trailer, is that we're going to be playing as a padawan, a young Jedi who was able to survive the events from Revenge of the Sith, where the Emperor enacted Order 66 and the clones throughout the galaxy hunted down and destroyed the Jedi. Now, as we already know from Star Wars lore, there were a few stragglers that the Imperial army and the Empire hunted down throughout the following years, and, you know, many had to, well, I say many, there weren't many, but those that did survive had to go into hiding since they were often all alone. And they couldn't trust anybody, as we just saw in that trailer, because anybody, even those that they considered friends or family, could turn on them. They were often incentivized to do so. The Empire really hated the Jedi. They really wanted to extinguish anything that was left of their order, and I think that's why that trailer came across as really quite dark. I mean, what other tone could it set in that particular period of the, when the game is set? And as we all know, before Order 66, the Jedi were really the guardians of peace and justice, as, who was it? Was it Obi-Wan Kenobi himself said to Luke Skywalker, didn't he, in the first Star Wars movie, that for 1,000 generations, the Jedi were guardians of peace and justice throughout the galaxy, throughout the Old Republic, and that was before the dark times, before the Empire. Well, this game is going to be set during those dark times, during the peak of the Empire, really. So I'm kind of expecting, a lot of grim actions and events that we're going to have to be playing through. Now, we're going to be taking command of the main character who you saw then during the trailer, whose name I believe is Kel. Can't remember the surname, though. That has also been announced as well. And as I said, Kel is going to be a Force user, Force-sensitive individual who was a padawan before Order 66, but somehow managed to survive those events and now has had to go into hiding. And it looked like he had a job of some kind, salvaging. There was, it might have been a Republic cruiser or something along those lines that they were piecing back together or something. I'll have to watch the trailer again and see exactly what they were doing. But I noticed that Cal in that trailer had to use his Force powers to save his friend who was falling, and at the same time he was saying to as part of the narration not to trust anyone. So I'm not sure who his friend was, who his colleague was that he was saving from death, but is that going to come back and bite him because he had to use his Force powers in order to do that? Well, I'm sure we'll find out more as the game gets closer to release. As far as I'm aware, the game is coming out in November. It's certainly one I'm going to be keeping an eye on. And I know what you're thinking. Respawn Entertainment has been purchased recently by EA. And I know that not many of you are fans of the stuff that EA puts out. And for good reason. But it has been confirmed, this might put some of your fears at ease here, that Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order is definitely going to be a single player game. There's no multiplayer elements to it, and along with that, that means that there's going to be no loot boxes or microtransactions, not only at launch but throughout the life of the game. And I'm guessing there might be some kind of expansions of some kind, but there's definitely going to be no DLC that many would consider to be microtransactions in that kind of context. So a lot of people, I think, are excited about that. That's certainly something that's positive. But as always, guys, I'll be interested in hearing your thoughts about this announcement in the comment section. So what do you think of Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, and what do you think of Star Wars at the moment as a whole as well? As I've said, there seems to be quite a lot happening this year in terms of the franchise, and I know a lot of people were a little bit upset after The Last Jedi, and to be honest, I was as well. I wasn't a massive fan of that film. It seems to be one of those films that you either loved or hated, and while I don't quite admit that I hated it, I was certainly disappointed in the direction that that the movie took after The Force Awakens. But anyway, guys, let's see if Star Wars is going to be redeemed in 2019. Share your thoughts in the comment section, and don't forget to like the video if you've enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel for more Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order in the future. Have a great day. I'll see you next time.